On the kitchen table is a free lunch card. I'm supposed to show the woman in the school cafeteria so they'll let me eat. It's a big neon pink card, so the whole school knows that I'm poor. Trouble is, I can't get into the kitchen because on the floor, blocking the doorway, are my brother and his girlfriend passed out from doing drugs all night. I step over them, I grab my card, and I go off to high school. It's a school where my last name is already known because of my sister who graduated and my two brothers who dropped out. One of those brothers is in the grave from a drunk driving accident. The other seems like he wants to get there pretty quick. I'm living in a housing project. My dad is a single dad who works nights in the mailroom of a bank. Before things like divorce, throat cancer, and losing a child, he was a successful engineer. Somehow my dad keeps smiling, and at every housing authority inspection, the lady tells my dad he keeps the place neat as a pin. I get high outside school dances with kids whose older brothers are just as screwed up as mine. Music is my big escape, but even that has so many traps. I go to a concert, it's not about the music, it's about how wasted we can get. One time, I go into my brother's box of cassette tapes, and I find a bag of Coke. I pretend this is normal. I go to school maybe twice a week just to keep the juvenile department off my back. And when I do go, I tell dirty jokes in class, so they'll kick me out and send me down to this little room near the office where I sit alone in a cubicle all day. It's junior year. I'm failing all my classes. One day, I'm sitting in my Latin class because the stupid Latin teacher won't kick me out. The stupid Latin teacher's name is George. He's old. He has nerd glasses and thrifted clothing, and he wears concert shirts when all the other teachers wear suits. He has a strange, eccentric accent, and he yells at me, "Mr. Morello, out in the hall!" He gets me out in the hall, and he asks me a question that a lot of people have been asking me my whole life. "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I'm super honest. I don't know. Mr. Morello, you're very funny. You're an infantile megalomaniac, but you're funny. You remind me of a comedian, Lenny Bruce. He was filthy, but he had a point. You should read his book. I don't really read that much. His book is titled How to Talk Dirty and Influence People. Well, maybe I'll read that book. I don't know what you're going to do with your life, Mr. Morello, but I do like having you in class. Come to school tomorrow. I'll give you some time to tell jokes. If you give me some time for Latin. Deal? Deal. I show up the next day. I tell some jokes. Class is laughing. He's laughing. It feels great. I go back again the next day. Same deal. And this time, after class, him and I start talking about comedy and music, and I tell him I like his concert shirt. It says, The Kinks. "Oh, you like the Kinks?" "Yeah, I got one of their old records. When my brother died, I got all of his albums, so I'll see you tomorrow." Now I'm going to school every day just to be in his class, and I'm doing the work, and I'm passing his class. I'm conjugating Latin verbs all day. Like so much conjugating. I can't stop conjugating. You know what? Every minute that I'm conjugating the pluperfect of the verb scribo is a minute that I'm not thinking about my life and my problems. One day he keeps me after class. "The drama teacher was asking about you. There's a part in the school play. It's very funny. I think you should do it. You'll be fabulous." I do the school play. I like it. I start passing my other classes. And soon I make it to a place that no boy in my family has ever made. Senior year, guidance counselor. "Here's a list of all the colleges in the country. Here's the 2 that you can get into. So I take off to some weird college out in Missouri, excuse me. and I'm a theater major. And the only way I'm able to pay for this is government loans and grants and money that my mom and dad send me, like cash tucked inside of long letters from home. And when I do go home, like Thanksgiving break, I hang out with my friends, but I would just rather be back at theater in the college. You know, it's the old, this is boring, I can't wait to get back to Missouri. Said no one ever. I go back, I graduate, and I start acting. And I write a one-man show, and it talks about the things that I faced growing up, the things that I went through. And I'm told that when I perform it for young people, it helps kids feel seen, but that only happens because a Latin teacher saw me. A teacher that I never saw again. Until years later, I'm out at a concert with my wife at the time, in line at the concession stand, and I hear this old man's voice behind me. Mr. Morello! I turn around, oh my God, you're alive! We hug, and I tell my wife, this is that teacher I told you about. And he grabs my wife's arm. Did he ever tell you the stuffed animal story? I don't even remember the stuffed animal story. I used to keep a big stuffed animal on my desk facing the class, and one day, some knucklehead student came in, took a piece of paper, and wrote the words, "I am gay," and stuck it on the stuffed animal. And the whole class was laughing, and they were laughing at me, and I looked over and I saw the paper, and I froze. In those days, I had to keep my life a secret. And I just tried to ignore it, just let it be. And then Mr. Morello walks into class, late as usual, and he sees the paper, and the whole class watches him walk up to my desk, take the paper and a big black marker, and he writes the words, "So what?" Sticks it back on there. The class stopped laughing. Believe me, Mr. Morello, I never forgot you. At a time in my life when I was in so much pain, I somehow had the grace in that moment to be thinking of somebody else's feelings. George died a little bit after that. Tonight, I think of George. I think of how lucky I was to be able to be a hero to a hero. And I think I learned how to talk dirty and influence people. Thank you.